We have
5.5 का मैम.
हाँ, yes, Shela. Hello.
5.5 ना.
Yes, 5.5. Organization structure, responsibility, accountability, and delegation of authority. We will be discussing
Okay,
this
ma'am.
topic. Okay. So, first word, that is organization structure. What is the organization structure? Every organization has a specific structure, you know. Structure means the hierarchy in the organization, right? The levels that are there, who is responsible for what, who will take which decision, which part, who will listen to whom, directions, right? One wants to join the call. Huh. So it is the hierarchy in the organization, right? When you join an organization, at the start you are at a position. Then after 2-3 years, with your skill, knowledge, experience, and how much, what is your performance, you get promoted, and at towards your retirement you may be at a level which is the last level in the organization, right? Why she's leaving and joining again? Hello, right, Shela? Hello, Shela, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh, so
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
said now, is it, are you clear on that?
Yes, ma'am.
So we will see what is organization structure. An organization structure shows the authority and responsibility relationships between the various positions in the organization by showing who reports to whom. Means what? Who is reporting to whom? If I am working in a team in the organization, I have a manager, right? But my manager also has his manager. He will be reporting to work to his manager, that this team, I could do this work, we could complete this, we face these problems, right? He will also be reporting to his manager. See, there is a hierarchy in the organization. That is the organization structure. Organization involves establishing an appropriate structure for goal seeking activities. It is an established pattern of relationship among the components of the organization. Okay? Organization structure consists simply of those aspects of pattern of behavior in the organization that are relatively stable and change only slowly. Okay? This is what we have, the structural organization chart, right? We have an organization structure chart. It shows the authority and responsibility relationships between various positions in the organization. While designing the organization structure, due attention should be given to the principles of sound organization. See, the structure should not be hassled, like no proper structure is there, only 2 people are there and they are working. They are neither reporting properly to anyone and they are just doing the work. So this will create a problem and hassles in the organization. Significance of organization structure. So why this organization structure is necessary? See, this structure helps us to, what first thing it is, what we get to know whom we are reporting and whose directions we need to follow. People listen to the people who are on the authority. Secondly, it gives a sense of authority, responsibility to the person, right? The person who has the authority will have some responsibility also, right? And by this organization structure, we give that person the power to make the decisions to achieve the goals of the organization, right? So this structure very important. If everyone is working on the same level, there will be conflicts, right? Why should I listen to him? Even though he has more experience and more knowledge, I will not be listening to his opinion. I will work in my own way, right? So that will create problems and conflicts, and the work will not be done in a proper manner, right? So that's why this organization structure is very important and necessary. Properly designed organization can help improve teamwork and productivity by providing a framework within which people can work together most effectively, right? Organization structure determines the location of decision making in the organization. Like, it gives the power, the authority to the person to make the decisions, right? Organization is only giving the power or the authority to this person to take the decisions, right? By giving him that position. Sound organization structure stimulates creative thinking and initiative among organizational members by providing well-defined patterns or authority. Then what it is saying? A sound organization structure facilitates growth of enterprise by increasing its capacity to handle increased level of authority. See, a sound organization structure or a good organization structure, what it does? It helps to bring about productivity. It helps in getting the work done. It helps in achieving the goals which the organization is planning, right? Or has planned, right? Organization structure provides the pattern of communication and coordination. See, it is a pattern. If I face any problem, I will go and ask my manager. He faces any problem, he will think himself. If he is not able to solve, he will go to his manager. And if the above him, he is also facing any problem or he wants certain opinion, like he is not able to decide what to do, he will get back to his manager, right? So it is a pattern of communication or the flow of communication within the organization, right? The organization structure helps a member to know what his role is and how it relates to other roles. Now we are on determining the kind of organization structure. Organization is not an end in itself, but a means to the end of business performance and business results. See, if the organization structure is wrong or there is no proper structure in the organization, what will happen? People will not listen. There will be no proper thing whose decision should be taken into account and whose decision should not be taken into account, right? Then who will make the decisions? Then there is a problem, right? And even if decisions are made, people may or may not listen to these decisions. They may be resistant to listen to these decisions because that person does not have that authority or power, right? So they will say, why we should listen to him, right? So that problem will be created, and if there is a conflict, decisions are not properly implemented and directions are not followed, will the work be done properly in the organization within the deadline of the required quality? There will be problems, bottlenecks and hurdles while doing the work, and the organization will not be able to achieve its goals properly, right? What it wants to achieve. That's why this wrong organization structure will create problems. The wrong structure will seriously impair the business performance and may even destroy it. Organization structure must be designed so as to make possible to attainment of the objectives of the business for 5, 10, 15 years. Peter Drucker has pointed out 3 specific ways to find out what kind of structure is needed to attain the objectives of a specific business. They are saying what structure is required to attain the objectives of the business. First is what? Activity analysis. What they are saying? The purpose of activity analysis is to discover the primary activity of the proposed organization. For it is around this that other activities will be built. We will find out which activity is a primary or important activity, right? And then we will focus on that activity. It may be pointed out that in every organization, one or two functional areas of business dominate. See, when it is, say they are given an example. Designing is an important activity of the ready-made garment manufacturer. If I am a ready-made garment manufacturer, my important activity is the designing of the garments. If that activity is a prime or important activity for my business, dominant activity, and if I don't get that activity done properly, or then what will happen? It will indirectly impact the other activities of my business, right? So we should focus on the dominant or important activities. After the activities have been identified and classified into functional areas, like we identified these 2-3 activities are the important activities of our business. Then we will classify these activities in out of these 3 to 4 in the order of their importance. Out of these 4, these are functional. This one is the most important, then this is less important than this, and this is the least important. Right? They should be listed in their order of importance. Then we can focus. First we will focus on this, then this, then this and this. When we do this 4-5 activities which are the dominant or important activities for our business performance will improve. Decision analysis. At this stage, manager finds out what kinds of decisions will be needed to carry on the work of the organization. What is even more important, he has to see where or at what level these decisions will have to be made and how each manager should be involved in them. This type of analysis is particularly important for deciding upon the number of levels or layers in the organization. See, decision analysis, what it is saying, it knows, the manager knows we need to take these 4-5 decisions in the organization, right? So out of these 4-5 decisions, which decisions are important? He will analyze them. These decisions need to be taken, 4-5. Out of this, which are important? Who has the right knowledge and experience to take these decisions? And accordingly, he will give the authority to make these decisions to the particular people in the organization. That is decision analysis. Next is what? Relation analysis. See, relation analysis means what? We have various relationships, like vertical, horizontal and diagonal. Vertical means what? I will be having relations when I am at a junior level and I have a manager. I am having some relations with the manager. That is a vertical. Horizontal means what? When my manager and his manager are taking the decisions, okay, and when my manager, the above manager suggests him to the lower people, that is horizontal. When I suggest something to my manager, that is vertical. And diagonal goes within the same authority of the people within the same authority are providing some opinions, improvements, or giving their decisions. That becomes diagonal. Relation analysis will include an examination of various types of relationships that develop within the organization. These relationships are vertical, lateral and diagonal. Where a superior subordinate relationship is envisaged, it will be a vertical relationship, right? When I am at a lower level, my manager, and when I tell something to my manager, it is a vertical, right? When manager tells something to me, it is a horizontal. In case or an expert or specialist advising a manager at the same level, the relationship will be lateral. When managers within are discussing between themselves, it is a lateral. People within the same position are discussing something. Where a specialist exercises authority over the person in subordinate position in another department in the same organization, it will be an instance of diagonal relationship. Principles of organization structure. See, while building an organization structure, what principles we should follow, what principles should be adhered or taken into account while having a proper organization structure, we will see those. Consideration of unity of objectives. Unity of objectives means what? Everyone has the same objective. It doesn't happen that some group has a different objective in the organization and some group has another objective. People within the same department have the same objective of attainment. The objective of undertaking influences the organization structure. There must be unity of objectives so that efforts can be concentrated on the set goals. Objectives are same, then what will happen? Everyone will give their part and the goal will be achieved, right? Specialization. Specialization means what? Every person should have a specialized niche knowledge skill of the work he is doing. It should not be that I hired a person in the organization and the person for doing a particular work and the person did not have the specialized fine. If it doesn't get stream, then it will create an issue. Right, now it is streaming well. 17 minutes it should.